Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you might be, and welcome to the HCA, the Hell Loose Competitive Association, week one of the 2025 Fuck All Prep Summer Tournament. You're looking at the groups for the tournament here, and we'll talk about that in a second, but I want to get to my very special guest I have with us today for a Foy night. Got spun on the wheel today. We'll talk about that as well. Badger, how you doing?
Hey everybody, how are we doing?
So, just so in case anybody isn't aware of kind of what the format we're going with for this tournament or what they're going with, I had no part of this. For a summer tournament, they wanted to keep the prep to a minimum, so there's no map choices ahead of time. You find out 30 minutes before. They spin a random wheel with a selection of maps, and then they spin for who gets which side. So it's randomized what map and what side, and the organizers pick which midpoint will be available on each map. And so you find out 30 minutes before, so there's no way you can do prep. Both teams are kind of on even footing that way, and you just kind of show up and play and have a fun, hopefully fun match without the prep. Badger, what do you think about that format?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting idea. I think there's been two approaches to it from what I've seen and heard. The approach, as you say, to do no prep and just go, fuck it, whatever happens, happens. But also some teams have been doing prep for essentially everything. But also, obviously, some of them already have that stuff already prepped. So they're just sort of collating all their old stuff and using that. But I like the idea of finding out sort of just before the game. In theory, it should take away that sort of week-long grind before where the three members on your team that do the prep are doing loads of prep.
Yeah, and I think, one of the unintended consequences or unintended effects is I think it does benefit more experienced teams in that, a team like Helios, who we play for, that scrims a ton, probably more than any other team in Hell Let Loose as far as I'm aware, plays more scrims. We might have an advantage because we've played almost every map and almost every side. If we haven't, I could probably go through and look, and in the last year we've probably played almost every side and every map on this. So if you've prepped for those matches, then you can kind of go back and, like you said, pull stuff that you've already had. Whereas a newer team, wouldn't necessarily have that. To the extent that there are new teams. I mean, there's new teams, but they're new teams with new names with old people, usually, right?
Yeah, and Div 1 players in them. But I think it's interesting as well. Hopefully we get to see some of the less meta maps, which I think will cause some frustration as well for some people and some teams, because, certain maps, certain points at a reasonable level of comp essentially become unplayable, right? I think that some maps are still banned. Correct me if I'm wrong. As in they won't be selected.
Yeah,
But
there's a map pool. There is a selected map pool
yeah,
that eliminates maps like Tobruk, Mortain, Remagen are not in the map pool. It's mostly
yeah,
the more, I would say, the more meta maps, but you still have maps like Hill and Foy that don't get played a ton.
yeah, and I also think what's interesting with the recent update is, I mean, we're tankers, but playing tanks on night maps was essentially impossible, but now is possible. Um, so it'd be interesting to see if maybe we see some of those actually getting played and people going, actually, do you know what? They don't suck. They're not unplayable anymore. And maybe we get some more map selection going forward into other tournaments.
Yeah, and I want we're looking at the groups here. So the original stage, I want to just go over this real quick because we're gonna have a flip in probably a minute or two. They are very punctual with this tournament, so it's gonna start on time, and it's
Good.
8:59 local here. So I just want to go over the first stage. Teams are gonna play within their groups, but then after that, it goes into I think a Swiss format where all the groups kind of get mixed up. So it's gonna start with intergroup. The idea is to get teams some good matches against teams around their level, and then after that, it kind of opens up to the best of the best. Will come forward.
Yeah. Yeah,
And no, we just had the map flip.
they're not messing around, which I like. I think that's funny. This
Yeah,
is
it's
definitely
great.
going to be, at least once this tournament, there's going to be a team that's not ready for the map flip, or they're not all in the server. I mean, what we got, 48, 48. Okay, so they're fine. They're fine. Southern Edge. Interesting.
Yeah, Southern Edge was the selected point, so that, well, I don't think I told you, but that's not a surprise for me.
Yeah, I think you have more information than the rest of the team as a caster, right? The rest of the teams in
Well, I mean,
theory should
I
know.
just saw the,
Oh, you just saw it. Okay, fair enough.
the servers crashing.
That's good.
If you look at the time at the top, it's
Yeah,
not running, and I can't get into admin cam.
it's a very good start. Already, they've been DDoSed. I'm just making that up. I don't know if they have been.
So we're gonna probably hit a restart here.
Nice. This has been an ongoing issue, though, since the update, right? Lots of servers have been crashing. While you're trying to jump on just for like pub games, and at a time where servers like Glows East should be up, they've crashed and they're reseeding, and you know, I don't know. Maybe they're one day they'll fix it.
Day because I know just the other day, like the first Glow server that got seeded is Central. Central got seeded in the first map flip after seeding, it crashed and everybody left.
Yeah,
So we'll go
that's
back.
what we could do now while we wait. Everybody could go and see Glows.
Yeah.
Get it up. Get it up.
Well, so in the meantime, we saw it's going to be Southern Edge, offset point for Omen, but it was Southern to Foy for Climber. Good for Climber, probably less good for Omen, but we're probably
Yeah,
looking at a 3-2 anyway, so I don't know that those fourth points are going to come into play too
yeah.
much.
And will it be back to the same? They'll set the same map layout that we just had when they flip.
I,
Obviously, Southern Edge will be the same, but
I'm not sure what the rule is on that. We might be in a bit of an extended break here. They're looking for a replacement US West server. Um,
uh,
for the match. Let me just type the Widow real quick.
fair enough.
And let me check too, because I don't think APL has one right now. But if I can offer that, that might be.
It'll be interesting to see anyway where CU are. I believe they're going through a little bit of a rebuild with some returning players who may or may not be able to see more than other players. But
Yeah, I
it'll
think
be interesting.
looking at Group B, I think Group B is going to be a real interesting group. I think it's one of the, I would say probably one of the one of the least, sorry, one of the less predictable groups.
Yeah,
Because I think there's a lot of parity. The teams are all very close, but also I think there's a lot that you don't really, know what you're gonna get. I mean,
yeah,
Omen has, not been around that long. They've played a couple tournaments, but I think they're for sure on the rise. Like I think they're getting better. 82 AD has kind of been up and down of late, but the word on the street is kind of that they're really good right now, and that maybe since we last saw them, they've gotten some made some improvements. And CU might be going the other way, whereas they were a couple tournaments ago, very very strong. Might be kind of in a rebuild, and then you got Helios that's kind of always hanging around, nipping at the heels of the top tier teams, and kind of trying to find out, if they're really still there, if we're really still there or not. So I think there's a lot of
yeah.
a lot to be interested about in Group B.
I think any of the Group B teams can beat any of the Group B teams. And I think the maps and the sides are going to have a really pivotal role in those games for the most part. Group A, nobody really cares about. That'll get some people nicely wound up. But I think Group B is going to be a very competitive group. Group A, I don't know too much. I mean, it's three. I don't know how they're going to work it with three teams. I'm sure they'll find a way. But I think it'll be very interesting to see, particularly today, where CU and Omen are at. Because Omen gave us a very good game on SMDM AA Network, where we recapped with, I think, 15 minutes or so to go.
Yeah, one of those matches where they were kind of in control the whole game. I wouldn't say. I mean, well, I would say in control. They held the midpoint, and we were kind of pressuring it the whole time. We were never really boxed out, but never really got over the edge until kind of a Garrison behind him just kind of popped the lid off a little bit. So one of those matches where they had the point the whole game, and we capped at the end and got the win, but maybe wasn't like a fully deserved win, I guess. Like, I don't want to take away from it, but want to also acknowledge the fact that it kind of did take a little bit of a, like the cheese stick plays are legitimate, right? They're legitimate, but at the same time, it's not the same as if you just crumpled in the front door, you know what I mean?
It could have gone, it was a game that could have gone either way. It could have gone either way. And the crucial moment, I think it worked out for Helios. And I think maybe some learning points for Omen towards the end of the game. But the same, you learn from every game. But it was a very competitive game. It was a very fun game. Obviously, I think you played, didn't you? Were you
I
driving,
did not play. No, I was watching.
Riding the bench. But it was a really fun game. It was a really competitive game. And as you say, neither team really took full control. And even right at the end, they nearly recaptured.
Yeah.
Basically just streaming in from the southeast of the point. So hopefully we'll get a very competitive game today. It'll be interesting, obviously, with the sight lines that Foy affords you. Armor, we know, very important. This game is essentially just about tanks, and infantry are just there to support us. But it'll be very interesting to see where we end up with MGs holding excessive sight lines. Filter battle probably going on as well. Who's got the better filters? And almost, it's just all open fields. I don't know. I wouldn't want to play infantry on this. The RT should be dropping quite a lot as well. If there's that continuous sort of Chinese front door push, which we tend to see.
Yeah, I kind of brought us over now to the view inside the map here to look at the point.
Yeah.
So we're, this is the approach here that we're looking at from the Axis side. You got the broken house, you got the trench on the side, you got a couple hay bales, not really much off the point itself. And then if we swing over to the Allies side, I mean, it's
you mean the other way around?
Did I have it back? No, this is the Allies side.
Oh, I don't know. I can't see really.
This is the Allies side.
Yeah. Okay, fine. I've never played this map before.
So here you have maybe a little bit more. You have like the broken house. You have this wall that'll kind of get you closer to this. So, just kind of looking, maybe the Allies have a little bit better of an approach. But at the same time, what I expect to see kind of in the opener is if CU has done like the minimal amount of prep on this map and this point.
Yeah.
As Axis, we should see Omen losing trucks.
I mean, I think we should lose trucks on both sides. Because a lot of the sight lines here it's literally just drive into the open and shoot the truck when you see it driving across a field or through a very small gap because of the nature of the map, right?
For sure. I think. Well, you're right. We could see trucks go down on both sides. I think the Axis have a little bit of an advantage.
I
just
agree.
in terms of perspective. So, Yeah, I mean, it could go either way. The Allies for sure gonna have an opportunity, but really, like my opinion on it, having prepped this point and this map quite a bit, is the Allies shouldn't get any trucks to their destination.
Yeah,
You should be able to get the truck going to cluster, which is this area we call over here in D5. Any trucks going to hard cap should go down.
yeah.
Any trucks going to the east road should go down. Um, Maybe you get lucky, or maybe they don't invest as much in snipes. But really, that's my
Yeah.
opinion. Is that one of the big advantages of Foy Axis is the ability to really just eliminate their trucks on most of the points.
Of course, what you've got to take into consideration is that now that the trucks have the updated camo, will they be able to see them? You know, with that spray of
Yeah,
snow on them, they might be
the
invisible now. Yeah, I always remember that little compound just to the left of Shaytax there. The D-render in there is horrific for tank engagements.
oh
So
yeah,
I'd expect to see uh, tanks playing these buildings with the D-render plus the trees and the barbed wire now. I think the barbed wire now D-renders, I think it's 180 meters it D-renders with the latest patch, which is an interesting design choice. Rather than sort of fixing it, they just remove it. But that's a bit longer than 180. But yeah, it just fully disappears, which is fine because obviously you can shoot through the wire, but the it's not 400. I'm sure I saw it disappearing the other day a
it
lot
probably
sooner than that.
probably varies a little bit
Yeah,
depending on the map.
yeah.
Yeah, one of the places I like to go. Here's a little secret. Um,
Don't
one
reveal
of
the secrets.
Well, this isn't like a comp position to me, but this is where I like to go on pubs with the opening Panzer IVs to sit on this rubble pile right here, and you can
Yeah,
see a lot into the point, and you can kind of just wait for the medium to reveal itself. But if you
yeah.
have to fight the medium from here, and it's kind of a bullshit place for them because the barbed wire could come into play. There's like
Oh,
the
good.
broken half track there. There's like all kinds
Yeah.
of junk that they aren't going to see. That's going to kind of mess with their
It's one of
ability
the
to hit
most
you.
frustrating elements, I think, of this game when you're tanking and it's stuff's just not rendering. So is Sear playing? Let's have a look at the CU tanks they on their roster.
Where's Keza? There he is. Love. So we don't have the same point layout. We have it actually kind of reversed in a way, in that now it's a straight line
Yeah,
for Omen and a offset for CU. So
interesting.
I want to get highlights on,
Yeah,
and we'll go. I'll just go to the midpoint here, and then we'll check the CU side real quick.
yeah. Obviously, it's hard to keep track of CU players when you don't speak Chinese, but I don't see Sear.
No, I see a lot of names I recognize. 8DA2K is
Yeah,
probably the commander. Sakura Tears, good player. Tony is a good player. Coco, very good player.
yeah. It's a reasonably strong lineup. Omen as well. Yeah,
We got Blue, Seamus, and Cartel in one
yeah. So
tank over
that's
here.
that's the multi box, blue
Lord
multi box.
Jax.
Yeah.
Is there just two full tanks right now?
No, Yeet. I wonder if they're doing a snipe with Yeet is
Oh, okay. They might be two manning for a sniper or something. Okay.
yeah. Sniping before the wall drop's always an interesting choice, unless they've got stuck.
don't know if changing it to Epic's going to make stuff stay rendered a little bit longer, but we'll go with it. Hopefully,
See what happens.
hopefully the server stays.
So, what's your prediction?
Um,
Who's going to get the first cap?
man, I gotta go with CU because they're axes. To be honest,
Yeah, I think CU will get the first cap, and then it's just whether Omen can grind it down.
so we have one Greyhound, two Stewards.
Yeah.
Nobody appears to be stopping too early for a snipe.
I wonder if they put SLs in the Greyhounds.
Nope, it's a solo. It's eerily quiet. There's no. Sometimes you have the early Luke's snipes.
I mean,
there's early medium ones.
yeah.
Well, see, this truck, if they're sniping, it's about to get it.
Something just got hit. Oh, they missed it, did they?
Maybe just pre-firing.
Yeah, I think everything is alive.
Well, very late truck goes down, but everybody got out basically.
Yeah.
You see you heavy on east. I don't know if they just didn't go out here or if the truck. It looks like they didn't even try for it. Omen looks pretty light up here. They must have lost something somewhere. Where the hell's their team?
I think they were still on that meat grind truck. I think there was quite a few on there.
Yeah, they all died with no OPs apparently.
Yeah.
There is a Stewart that just went right into the point.
I'm going to suggest that that's a controversial starting position.
He's satcheled. I mean, he's probably expecting to have some infantry with him. He's like, where the fuck are you?
It's a tactical play by that crew to get the first heavy. So the Luke's is dead.
Sorry, I had to fix something
Good.
with the stream real quick. So we're gonna see the opening cap go to CU. Really interesting here. There's almost nobody alive on the hard cap. It's all gonna be based on soft cap presence, although we see contesting come in.
I think Black Shooter's the only one in the zone. Oh, maybe there. Now the CU. There you go. So we've lost one Luke's, one Stewart so far.
We got a Stewart playing off the house here. Medium's back there.
North. Yeah, and then there's a Luke's below, so there's the P4. Yeah. Not really sure if the medium is shooting that much. Yeah. Maybe looking for that P4. That is one of the problems with the allied medium. So vulnerable to rockets.
Let's look at the reset here. How close they got 4, I guess 3 in a recon out in the western cluster, but they're reset pretty far back. They got the 1 OP up just shy of Broken House, and 1 on east. It's maybe not a great reset, but they are kind of already knocking on the door of the hard cap here.
The Greyhound abandoned as well is interesting. The medium looking for the Stuart, possibly.
Yeah, one of the things that's kind of hard to see is that P4 is
Yeah.
a little bit of a lower elevation, so he's not going to have a great view onto
No.
the medium or the Stuart, but it doesn't matter. The Stuart goes
There you
on the
go,
rockets. We see CU kind of taking over the hard cap now.
Yeah.
Gonna be interested to see what they do as far as the garrison. Really, Southern Edge is one of those points where there's not really much you can do for a garrison besides putting on the strong point in the trench there, but that also makes it very vulnerable to take shots when they know that it's there. Although they could be going for a little bit north more because the supplies are dropping back there.
Yeah, I mean, see you taking control really at the front door. It's like pushing them back from that destroyed building where the RT just hit to the next building compound makes it very difficult for infantry. It's a long way to run when you've got 14 Chinese MGs and tanks looking at you.
Sorry, I'm trying to make sure the stream that just went live, everything's working. That's why tabbing out a little bit, but we should be good now. It seems to be working well. Yeah, I mean, Omen really pushed back a little bit now here on the front door. There's still an OP up here, but
yeah,
they're way outnumbered.
Medium taking a hit from the other medium there.
Ricocheted one off the front.
It's a Rick, yeah.
Panzer IV is all the way out here. Hits the gun and plate. The broken gun, he probably doesn't even see it. Another
potentially a bit of a skill issue going on here. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to move, man. I think you got the angle right there.
Yeah.
Just gotta that fucking mark to go away. There we go.
Wow. They got a tank simp as well. Yeet, well known for his tank simping. Oh, one in.
It looks like that was a turret hit onto the P4.
So...
Another turret hit and he backs up.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost too late in the game now for the aggressive medium push to try to take advantage of this because there's going to be a heavy up somewhere.
Yeah, he might have him, be able to get him here because...
Yeah.
Oh, he's got to keep going, though.
Right.
I don't think you're penning at that angle, even if you can see him right now. Maybe. What the fuck is he hitting? Oh, this little wooden post.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
They're fully repped now.
Oh, and he hit the post again!
That is...
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Wow.
There we go. Wow. That was...
I was gonna say, if the Sherman plays that right...
Who's that? Who's the crew? Who's the crew?
Yeah, it's blue.
Oh, okay, yeah, fine. The joys of multi-boxing, being able to judge those fine angles.
Yeah, well, he was able to get the timing right, and the P4 kind of played right into it, where he got the hay bale in between them while he was reloading, and then it forced the Panzer IV to be pushing, so now when the Sherman's reloaded, they're stationary, Panzer IV's moving, and that puts your gunner at a great advantage. And,
but most importantly, they've killed the medium at the point where heavies are coming up, but look at the compound that they just came from.
Oh, yeah, they're...
Wow. So by leaving and doing that, they've got CE, sure, and everyone knows tankers only care about CE. They're dead anyway, but they've given up full front door control here to CU. And very big.
The Omen already is landing in here. I was going to say, Artie should have been able to prevent most of that, but...
The CU line is moving up very nicely, I would say, from what I see here in essentially the full length of the map, it looks like. What about if we look at the flanks quickly? What's the situation? It looks like Omen have got some... what, the western flank, is it? Yeah. They've got some progress here, which is good for them.
Got an Omen bombing run coupled with an airhead, so we have an airhead here. I'm not sure if it's seen.
See if that Price guy...
He's looking the other way.
Okay, he's blind, never mind.
This could be interesting, because it looks like they're going to get a spawn off. Is it close enough that it's going to be effective? Or does this squad leader know about it? Because he locked it out right as the spawn wave came in. The spawn wave on the airhead is a single rifleman who doesn't... How did he not see that guy?
And Tony, the MG, is covering it anyway, actually. If you look, he's looking in this direction. So they obviously were aware of the airhead in this vicinity, but they don't know where.
But it's being locked currently by this squad leader.
Yeah. What's his name? Can you just say his name for us, Wix?
His name is something in Chinese.
Yeah, don't get yourself cancelled.
He really has no idea that he's just standing on this roof locking an airhead right on the other side of it.
But he's doing a great job.
I mean, maybe he does. Don't need to necessarily take credit away. Maybe he knows, but he's never looked over the top of the building to see that.
Someone will have to show him the clip later. But yeah, look, CU have responded and rotated their infantry down here now, and they're pushing them out. Look.
Yeah, look at the map real quick and just kind of see in the center and in the east they are basically boxed out.
It is kind of one of those recaps, though, isn't it? You're not going to get it just by pushing down. You shouldn't get the recap just by running down the main road across the field. So.
Yeah, I mean, and really, once the wheel spun, allies, they were probably figuring recap. So hopefully they've got a plan and some ideas for how to kind of crack the midpoint here.
Was that a repair station getting killed by NVQis, NYQvis, whatever stupid name? Or was that the? Oh no, the heavy's behind that. Never mind. Must have been a repair station. Over here somewhere. The heavy's below us now. Yeah. Damaged? Oh no.
He's got a rep station. The garrison's right behind.
Yeah. Frosty Dwarf, Yeet, and no aim. I know Yeet. I don't know the others.
I think Frosty Dwarf is Alice?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Because I thought you was playing with...
I don't know if that's a full-on rebrand, but I think that's his Discord name.
People... Fair enough. So where is the tiger, then? That's the question.
Looks like we're right here at the intersection.
Oh, yeah. As expected, playing with the D-render. But it's that time for the second, so there should be a second heavy rolling up as well.
Yeah, we'll see. Is there a second 76 on the field? They have the fuel.
Yeah.
Looks like they're waiting for it, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. MS tank.
One of the things that's nice kind of for the Axis is on their side of Southern Edge, there's a lot more cover. It's not all good.
100%.
It's not all great cover, but there's a lot more places you can kind of pop out at. and
Yeah.
potentially surprise. Whereas, if you just kind of look across to the ally side, I mean, they got the buildings here and the woods and everything.
Yeah.
But beyond that, it's like this house back here and some hay bales, and that's about it.
It's a very difficult recap against a competent opponent. And they can just sit here nearly all game with this Tiger. I think the building the Tiger's behind doesn't render at the distance from the 76. So the 76 probably can see it. Whether it can hit it is the other thing. Probably not.
I think because of the curvature, he might not even be able to see it. Or maybe he is high enough.
No, he's probably too...
There's another building and a bunch of other stuff in the way.
Yeah. But I imagine the play from Omen here is to stack up their tanks. There's some AT guns down there as well. But stack up their tanks, try to get armor advantage, and then try to walk the imp in with the armor. Probably in third gear.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the ways. I mean, you see it in pubs all the time. You get armor advantage, and then you can... I mean, one of the classic kind of characteristics of Foy is you get armor advantage, and then you just bully the infantry.
Yeah, the Tiger's moving up here.
I mean, Omen's got that compound back, but you can see there's just...
Yeah, that's good for Omen, though.
A lot of open field to push through Artie and through tanks and everything in order to get to hard cap. And really, it's not even just hard cap, but you need to get some ground on the east side, too.
I mean, you've got Chiesa up there on the MG spot on top of that broken building behind the hard cap. You've got the Chinese characters over there on the MG with the crossfire to basically towards where Omen's front door is now. And then you've got Tony looking at the flank. It's rough. Definitely need to be putting HE to use to silence those MGs. Have a look at what that Chiesa sees, I wonder. He's on top of that building in front of you. I wonder if he can actually see the right side of those. Yeah. And he's pretty much completely safe from that front door.
I didn't do that. Whoops.
The result's invalid.
Hey, well, I gotta not press too many buttons because I don't know what the hell I'm doing, apparently. Alright, we're back.
It's just a grind.
Yeah, over here as well, another squad, a cluster here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just you get pushed back, and then it's open field, and if the other side has competent MGs, which we know CU does.
Yeah.
Probably with a lot of experience.
Yeah. And there's how many of them as well? There's 4 there I can see. No. Plus the arty hitting the front door the moment. Oh, there it goes.
Black Shooter, early American space program.
Is the AT gun dead then?
We even got MGs and shit
MG
on the
here,
map edge.
Oh, it was a P strike. It's got to be for one of the Tigers. Oh, drum roll, please. One Tiger kind of reacts. Wow. Okay.
It landed like under the tank. What?
That's...
Man, given the Stukas that we saw hit last week against Omen, there was 2 of them that were like 10 meters away that killed the tanks, and then that doesn't kill it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. P-Strike is just a crap ability, really. But, of course, I'm a tank, so I would say that.
Yeah, it looks like the 76s... Ooh, there's 2 there now.
I'm not really a big fan of just
Ooh,
Oh, there we go.
good
Okay,
hit.
good.
Not great positioning by the Tiger, who
Mm,
probably thought they were safe there, but evidently were not.
yeah. So who was that? Who was the 76 who got that kill? You got to give credit to them.
I'm not sure which one it was. It was the one right here, I think.
It's the one that's backing up. Yeah, Frosty Dwarf
Frosty Dwarf.
themselves.
That was a good shot. I mean, they couldn't have.
That was a
They probably didn't see the building. They didn't have a whole lot to shoot at.
yeah.
Yeah, just unfortunate kind of positioning that it stuck out just enough. So
Mm,
that's gonna help if they. I mean, if they can get another kill in the next couple minutes, they can
yeah.
maybe try something. But I'm guessing this Tiger's gonna stay tucked in a little bit.
I'm surprised that those Tigers don't seem to have repair stations because that's a pretty powerful spot. They're probably not going to be W King forward just yet.
Yeah, neither of them do. That's true.
Mm.
So we do have
So
some.
there's a second heavy. Just on the road there.
Oh, there was a
But as you
medium
say,
back here too. The second one's right here. Okay.
mm. So blue needs to be probably making some sort of aggressive play with that medium so they can get in a heavy.
They have the fuel now.
Yeah, they got good control of the eastern map edge there as well. Starting to wrap in a little bit. But then it's, again, yeah, great, you've taken control of this, but you still have to walk across fields to get to the point.
Looks like they're about to wipe the OP here too. Just a rifleman back here who's getting chased. Big presence for Omen here on the east side.
Yeah.
One squad leader still sneaking around along the tracks.
Yeah. And that's all it takes. That's the problem.
Yeah, he
He's
sees this
OP,
OP.
yeah.
But that's also going to alert them that he's there. It looks like this
Yeah.
support is already maybe looking for him. He's
Yeah.
not going to get there in time.
I see a pretty good reset there.
Well, I don't see an Omen squad leader here either, so that could be an impactful OP burn.
Mm. That is unfortunate. There's the third heavy being spawned.
Keep an eye on that because it seems like this is an area that Omen wants to take control of.
And it's starting to, again, they've come back to this trench with the destroyed building where Black Shooter is.
Yeah, they've made some progress here.
Mm. So they got a heavy up where the opening medium played. Yeah, SB there. They got this heavy back here. Third heavy's just spawned.
It looks like
They know.
blue died in the medium.
Yeah.
They have
They've got
a repair station and 2 AT guns. They're already dead.
I feel like this is a bit of a bait spot, though. That's a very common spot.
It is a very common,
know.
but I mean it's common for a reason. There is a good view from there, but I mean it can be a tough spot to play. The building's not that wide. There's a window.
Yeah.
You can get shot through that window if you're not careful.
I mean, they're starting to make good pressure. Very good here, like, you know, slowly.
Yeah.
The heavy is now.
Just to check the map real quick. We see some OPs out there on the east. We see some OPs getting into the sector in the center and the left. So they're not quite there yet, but they're making progress, which, you know, with an hour and 3 minutes left, that's really all you can hope for at this point so far.
Yeah. It just, if CUMG's RT and armor can hold this front door, that's the question. But Tommy's getting in there. What's he doing? Yeah, just lying there. Yeah. This is peak infantry gameplay.
No headgear for him. Just a nice, nicely combed head of hair.
Yeah, but if you have that hair DLC, you have to have it on display, right?
I mean, yeah, you could.
Have a helmet on. Chiesa is actually off MG. It's worrying.
Man, everything on Floyd is fleeting. Look at that. I mean, that quick.
Exactly.
Everybody's gone.
Yeah. But they're still resetting nicely there. But yeah, that's the next problem is now they've got to push through a tank. It's back where... Okay, yeah, there you go. That's why you don't fucking play the same spot over and over. Oh, not like that.
Blue coming out of HQ and immediately participating in a two-banger.
It's a good double tap. I'll give them that. It was good. A good kill. CU tanks suffering without Sear. You would have thought.
Do they have another? They should have another Tiger up. I wonder if it's up here. If it's not, I mean, time to pull those 76s out. Honestly, I would probably say I would probably be advocating for going right now anyway, because if they have maximum one, you'll trade 1 or 2 76s to kill that Tiger right now. I'd be willing to. Because
try and find it. Where is it? Because that must be the only thing they're worried about.
Right here, coming up. Is this a Tiger? No, that's a Panzer IV.
Did they?
Here's one.
Okay, so
I imagine that's the third, which means they have no tanks in the, area around the point.
Yeah. It's a pretty good spot to play though, from that Tiger, because he will kill 1, maybe 2 tanks if they push before they can kill him, because you can't really double him. But he probably has to go up. But it's only if they push. At the moment, he's just sort of sat there.
Yeah, I mean,
checking his filters, maybe.
He's got to be careful, but I don't know, man. You're not gonna. It's not gonna be easy to get 3 versus 1 heavies again.
No.
I think you got to try to make a move. They seem to be playing it a little more patient, but
I wonder if they don't know where that tank is. But I haven't seen a single CUAT gun or anything like that just yet.
Yeah, and to be fair, like, it would be a risk to push the tanks right now because there's not a lot of infantry push close to anything. But I would also argue, you don't have to have that on Foy. The tanks can. Foy is one of the maps where the tanks can be the first one in. So,
yeah,
it's easy for us to sit up here and say, seeing everything and knowing that where the tank is, that
exactly.
Go ahead and push your tanks. It's easy to say that. It's hard to make that call on the field because you're dealing with valuable assets that you don't want to lose. But to me, it's like this is such a hard point. I just think you have to take the risk if you know that you're up this bad on armor, you might not ever get this chance again.
They haven't. I mean, I think they're 2-0, right? So they've lost no tanks. So they've definitely got fuel to replace 1 tank.
I think it's already spawned. Yeah, it's already spawned. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So, it's all great sometimes to keep your tank alive, but sometimes I think as a tanker you have to break that mentality and actually go, do you know what? We need to push. We need to show these infantry.
The Lord Jackson tank is shooting at the Tiger, it looks like.
Did they hit it?
He hit the building next to it, I think.
But even just holding that angle, okay, so they backed up. This is what this. I mean, they need to hide though. What's that? Second Tiger coming out now?
This is the P4. Oh, it is a second Tiger.
Yeah, second Tiger.
So I mean,
we might have to put you back to driver if you keep misidentifying these tanks.
If I keep what?
Misidentifying these tanks.
I didn't misidentify it. I couldn't see what it was. I thought it was this Panzer IV over here that had moved before I could even see it. Really.
Yeah, so they've got the P4 out as well, but that will be just doing HE support on the flank.
I mean, and look, okay, now there's 2 Tigers back. It's never going to be perfect, right? So, I don't know. I mean, I think there was a window there. You could have maybe tried
Mm.
and gone for it, but
So the Tiger tank is going back to where his friend got double tapped, it looks like. I would say that's less than optimal.
yeah, I mean that building. Like, I mean, I've looked at that building and played on that building before. I mean, it's not full cover anywhere, so you got to be careful. Like, even if you're hold down, that doesn't stop you
Yeah,
from getting double tapped.
no. And you know, at this sort of level, the comp tank gunners, they'll find the shop. The crews will find the shop.
So the Tigers stop at the intersection.
Yeah. I wonder what's going on over on the flanks. And
Yeah,
I
we
wonder if
can
we've
we
had
can look around.
any progress.
Oh, we did see a
Hey,
76 move over to Powerhouse.
nice. Is that one of their third one? Oh, what's this? Big small wave here.
No, that was one of the ones from over here. Just moved over.
Oh, okay. So they
So
are slowly moving up. So you've got, yeah,
there's a medium now. So they have 3 heavies and a medium on the field.
yeah.
They
And
have
he
how
must
many?
be looking towards the point, probably. A twin.
There's an AT gun over here that might be trying to hit this medium.
Oh, yeah.
Although they built it with like 15 different trees in between them. I mean, they can literally see it, but they're not looking
Yeah.
at it. So they have control all the way to West Bend, but
Yeah.
they gotta. I mean,
But I feel like CU are happy with that. CU are like, okay, cool. We're just going to hold our lines. You have to come to us. You have to cross an open field.
yeah, it doesn't really translate into anything. I can't believe they don't know about this P4. They're now shooting at a MG and a hay bale. Checking with the
So
east side.
tanks are marked again. Haven't seen an Axis P strike, which is interesting. So they've been pushed back there as well.
There's a lot of guys over here too. Both sides, really.
Yeah. There's no backline shenanigans going on by CU, I assume. Something they were also quite well known for, wasn't it? Don't see anything.
Yeah, it's hard to do on this map because it's hard to get
Yeah.
anywhere. Doesn't look like anything from either side.
No. That's a big... CU have flopped their bodies, look, to regain that trench.
Yeah.
The front door there.
And is there anybody from Omen here? What's going on? 1 OP and a garrison.
Yeah. 2 heavies, though.
That tank is, or that squad is 5 out of 6. We have an airhead landing. There's that. It is an airhead.
Yeah. That's probably mistimed. Probably needed to be, what, 5 minutes earlier when they have the armor advantage. Because the tanks probably could have pushed up to support the airhead, but now they're not going to.
We'll kind of see. I mean, if they wipe the CUOP, it might be okay. But again, like, you got to get spawns on it. Like, they had the opportunity with the other. They got 1 spawn wave off the other airhead, but it was 1 rifleman was the only one that spawned on it. I think all these guys know about this airhead. Maybe not, because these guys are...
That's the airhead gone.
Yeah, Konsu got it.
That was a little bit of a pub play, I would say.
Yeah, I mean,
Not
I think they have... I mean,
overly
he's obviously
coordinated.
got some positions prepared. That one behind the hay bale, this one behind the building.
Yeah.
Trying things, I mean, anything. I don't know if that was the right place at the right time, but maybe there was some other aspect
Yeah.
to it that we didn't see.
Yeah. So I think the CU tank is just trying to get double tapped again. But this heavy is now in trouble. I think that took the garrison. It did. But they are right next to their point, so in theory, the infantry presence should be pretty big.
Yeah, the supply drop starts. There's a few SLs already still there. So one Tiger's still back there.
He's still
one
back there.
Here. Panzer IV
I suppose
still in play. Panzer IV still in the same spot, and Omen's
the medium is over here as well. Look, there you go. This is a medium fight.
Yeah, this is a medium. That's such a good spot where the Panzer IV is. I'd love to play that spot on West Bend. Just using that hill and the elevation and just turret glitching right over the top of it. I feel like they should have known the Panzer IV was there.
Is that a full crew P4 though, isn't it? So I think that's the. Oh no, not anymore. Maybe they've just got their.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not sure. It was a two.
So that's
I know it was a
2-man
medium on the Omen side. Omen's
that was their
cleared out of West Bend completely.
Their flex tank or whatever they call it. Yeah.
Probably should be seeing a third Tiger at some point here too.
Yeah, it must be rolling up.
Did they lose one? Did this one
just
die?
Is that God's sake?
That has to be recent because he was right there.
Yeah. Okay, CU tankers. Stop going to the same point and peeking double taps.
Here's the precision.
No. Did they actually? Is that even damaged? It is damaged. Tracks. It looks like though. Yeah. And probably from rockets.
Was that a rocket? Yeah, there's no tanks over there.
Or an AT gun? Is that an AT gun?
Yeah, I think that's an AT gun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was an AT. So they got to take a shot from an AT gun.
Oh, no, there's...
Oh, there's another one. There we go.
This one's still... Oh, that's not pointed at him, though.
No, I think it was that one on the left, and I think they killed it.
Okay.
So here we go. So this is what Omen needed to do. And they've recognized now, hopefully, that they have armor advantage. Now, there's probably a tank in that pub spot we were looking at by that broken building. Sorry, Allied covering that 76 that's pushed up. But this... How does this Badger guy do it? They're still going to die because the infantry's like, fuck that, I'm not pushing up.
Well, he might have missed his opportunity to satchel that tank. Put one in the building. I think they're waiting to reload. They know, there you go. They know he's in there. Man, infantry've got to get up. They got everything they need with this tank here, except infantry. I mean, it's not this.
But this is, you know, if they had the airhead up, put the airhead next to the tank. You know, you've got 2 tanks covering that one tank, which could be on top of the airhead, essentially. They tried to proxy it, did he? But...
Yeah, he did some damage, but...
Yeah.
Maybe only tracks.
Look, yeah. I don't know, a bit brutal really for Omen at the moment.
I mean, if he can keep infantry off him, it's not an easy place for a tank to kill him. And it can help kind of plug the hole of the infantry to try to get someone up there, but they're obviously struggling with the MGs. Could be a situation where you want someone to grab the medium and just throw some smoke everywhere.
I think, what was that? Something died off the left there. I think that was the P4 getting taken down.
P4's still alive.
What was that down there? Right below us now. Smoking.
There was a Stewart around here.
Oh, okay, fine.
Right there was a Stewart.
Oh, yeah. Fine. Flex tankers doing their thing.
I think that's a good play to get up to here, but they just need a little support, and they can start to make things happen. But they're also on a clock.
Yeah.
Tiger coming
This
from
is
the west could easily get him because Omen has no control. Well, actually, if this one, he's kind of come out of his safety a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't think they're scared. I think they know. Is that Tiger still? Oh, he's moved up slightly. That one that was cowering behind the building doing nothing.
Yeah. He's behind another building doing something.
What? So what? How much CE has that crew got that sat back there doing nothing? Because they're. Oh, something got hit. X-Fizz or something. I don't know.
Fuck it. Where the fuck is he?
I fucking can't.
There he is, 146.
Yeah, so they're doing nothing, so they might as well not be in the game.
There is another Tiger heading to West Bend right now, of all places.
Yeah. Why go to West Bend? Just go back to the same place where you've lost all of your Tigers so far. I mean, there's probably that 76 with Alice and Yeet is probably running low on ammo now. Because that was the first heavy, right? So they're probably just...
Do have an OP that is past Artie, which is huge. If you can fill this OP now, and Nopo's got to try to maybe move it to the house.
It's such a painful grind. Like, okay, you survived Artie. Now you've got to survive the MGs. Then you've got to kill the actual inf players that are on the point.
There's an AT gun there. I'm not sure if this has an angle on the... It should have an angle on the 76.
Oh, I mean, that Tiger might, though. Tiger off to the left there. Hey, Tiger?
Oh, yeah, he does.
Yeah, and he's front
He doesn't know it. I think the AT gun does, too. Oh, no. They're going to lose this OP.
Yeah.
And the tank and Lord Jax here, who was kind of covering Frosty Dwarf, kind of repositioned, and now the infantry's able to kind of get right up on him. Well, that's the AT gun, I think.
Yeah, they've realized. Ooh. But will the Tiger?
So now the AT gun can't hit him. The Tiger can still see. Should be able to see him.
I'm amazed that this 76 hasn't been rocketed either. But
they've tried. I mean, there's not a lot of exposed.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, you drive back to the AT gun, dude. They don't know where they. Do they not know where they got shot from?
No.
I don't want to try to focus too much on one thing, but they're finally getting some infantry support here, and now they're just sitting there getting hit by an AT gun.
Yeah, there you go. AT gun to death. Thankfully, they've got about 10 in HQ, so... Yeah. Oh, they've actually got people driving them up for them. That's great. But again, this is, it's all good having armor advantage, but what are you doing with it? You're winning the fuel economy, but they're doing nothing with it. Because they're not combining their plays as a team.
Just kind of wanted to check out what that Tiger's doing. It's kind of surprised they sent one over there, given the limited resources they have. There is still one here front door. Not front door, but kind of right in the...
Yeah. Oh.
Killed the 76 over here now.
Interesting.
So now we're seeing it shift a little bit. With CU getting a couple kills there. The rep station goes down. And the tank crew is probably thrilled. These guys right here are thrilled to have the repair station.
Thanks, brother. Yeah. I mean, they're 2 down, but they've got at least 2 in HQ, and this one here, he's damaged. Is that The tiger that sat there the whole game doing nothing.
It must be these guys back here.
Oh, skill issue from the
These
gunner
guys
there.
are clenching for sure.
I mean, they should be dead, but yeah, there you go. Right. So
Alright, so we just watched
now,
376s go down.
now they're at fuel disadvantage. Even with the 2 that they've got coming up, they can probably. How much fuel have they got? Yeah, so they can just spawn a 3rd one.
They'll
But
be able to get a 3rd, but yeah.
But that's complete reset on armor.
That's what I'm
See
saying,
you
man.
now just pressing W key here, look. For this compound.
Yeah, there's still a garrison here. So we should be able to see them defend it, but it's not going to be the same as having 2 heavies here like they used to.
Yeah. CU really toggled on their skills there. But actually, all accusations aside, it was probably just complete misplay by Omen. All of those tanks are out in the open.
Yeah, they were kind of out in the open, and I'm not sure that they were. I mean, it's like again, I'll just hedge this by saying everything that we see, and say is like obviously we can see a lot more than they can, but they were kind of all out in the open, and I'm not sure that they were.
This one I don't understand.
The value they were getting of it, I don't think was worth it. And that it's not
this
like
one here doesn't make sense. The hard cap one, they were probably out of ammo, and they're desperately trying to get their infantry from that building to the trench. Which should have been combined with an airhead bombing run, etc. But wasn't. That one there, I don't know. They were so far out pub peaking.
I'm guessing that they thought maybe they had some kind of advantage over that tank back there, and it turned out they didn't. And then they were caught kind of with their pants down. Yeah, I mean, I agree. This tank dying, this was, paying the price of assets to try to trade it for control.
Yeah.
And I guess what I was trying to say before was I don't think the other deaths were really doing that.
Well, I mean, that last one that we saw, that's the one that would annoy me if I was to be debriefing this game. I'd be like, well, what? You just heard that we lost 2 tanks. Why were you aggressively peaking?
Yeah, that's a good point.
That is an aggressive peak because they're out in the middle of the field. You have to understand the fuel economy situation of the game, and now they've essentially fully reset all of their really good work. Let's see if they get this tank, which is just sitting there.
Again, man, it lands like underneath the tank.
Yeah, it's the Allied P-Strike. It's just no good.
It used to be.
Yeah.
The Allied one used to be the good one.
Yeah, I think it's the one because it's so fast, but
I can't believe how close those 2 were and they didn't kill.
Yeah, but again, I mean, they had a lot of success. Omen did with their P-strikes against us, but they were kind of just throwing them. Whereas
they landed like 10 meters away from the tank, though.
I know,
and they got kills. Like, it's insane.
I know. I was in one of them.
Got some walls here. Drachi's got a little command center.
Yeah. Overwatch.
I really could have done the same thing by just building a level 1 bunker, too.
Hey, don't take away from him. He's working hard. What's going on over at Dugout? Sounds like a bit of shooting going on over there. Again, yeah, see, look. So they are making good progress.
This is 70. Medium. This is a medium. Yeah, they pushed him on a dugout, but...
Yeah.
Then what? There's a tiger back here. Tiger there.
I will say it is a very, very difficult recap at this point. Like, against a team that's very good, is good and is holding incredibly well. Very disciplined from CU. They've absolutely made 0 attempts to score any offensive points.
I would say any recap on Foy is almost impossible against a competent team. Like you
And
need
that
you
is,
need them to make a mistake, and that's why I was kind of saying early
yeah.
on when CU lost a couple tanks that maybe they didn't need to. That might have been the biggest mistake that Omen was gonna get.
Yeah, and again here now, look, we've got an airhead. Where? Why? I think it's just like a list. Oh, okay. Why? Why?
Yeah, I don't know. They seem to have a big focus on the edges of the map, and
Yeah,
I they could have a. I mean, there very well could be some kind of strategy that we're not seeing or something, because it hasn't been successful yet. But
yeah.
they obviously seem to think that these map edges are really important to what they're trying to do.
But they are, but are they this important? Is I guess they have to try to take this ground and then sort of push in towards Southern Edge.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, I mean,
But
like I get it. You got to play the edges of the map, but I just don't see how. And I'm not a big infantry or like overall metagame strategist.
no,
I don't claim to be, so maybe I just don't know, but I don't see how Westband control really translates into anything very useful for you.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure we're
Airhead
probably
goes down to the tank.
yeah, yeah. I'm sure we're getting flamed in the chat, but looking from here, they've got to cross a field to get to a next compound to cross a field to get to the hard cap. But they're very heavy here, so they're not going to cap purely through pushing front door. So trying the same double tap.
Hey, they're going with what worked before.
Yeah, it worked before. Do it again. Smoke filters on, boys.
The tanks look really cool with the kind of snow camo kind of brushed on there.
Yeah,
I think one of the things I think that would be really cool, is if all the tanks didn't have the exact same markings on them. Meaning,
yeah,
like,
just like a
if
variation of them.
yeah, like, yeah, and it could be. I mean, they'd have to do like 5 different designs, and they don't even have to be that different. They could be
No,
95% the same, and then just come up with a little different image for this, or maybe a little variance in the junk on the back, or something, and
yeah,
just randomize it. So like, you can't have more than 5 heavies, for example, right? So you have to
yeah,
come up with 5 different designs, and then when you spawn, it just spawns one randomly that isn't already on the field, and I don't
yeah.
know.
I mean, I'm not overly against the idea of tank skins, but I mean, it's not worth development time. It would be cool to be able to like name your tanks, so we could all pretend to
Yeah.
be Fury or whatever, or Surprise Penetration. I'm told is the best tank name.
I mean, one of the things developers like to say is that the people working on art stuff aren't the same people working on fixing bugs and whatnot. So, looking
Well, I've
for
never had any bugs playing HLL.
um, like, look, I mean, I'm not saying it's a priority. I'm just saying it would be cool. I don't know that it's worth time either, but it'd be cool if
Yeah,
there was some variance in the tanks. I mean, if you could come up with a realistic way, I don't want to sacrifice the realism of it, but make it so you can have like some kind of
yeah,
skin for the tank based on like the TC or something. Like when the TC gets in the tank,
yeah.
it adopts a certain skin. I wouldn't want it to be like pink with like anime girls on it or something, but
Although, let's not rule anything out.
I will. Yeah, I don't want to. I mean, I don't want to speak too rashly. Like you're right. We can. Everything's on the table.
We'd have to poll the community to see what they would like. This is,
I mean, you
I
heard him,
mean,
chat. Go ahead and drop in the comments. Anime titties on tanks. Yes, no. Um, what do you think? Write it in chat. 32 minutes remaining, and we are in a very similar spot to where we were about 50 minutes
Nothing's
ago.
changed. Nothing has changed.
Check the map. I don't think I've been checking the map a lot, so I mean, we got a red zone garrison up
Yep.
in Dugout Barn.
I mean,
We got some people here, some people here. You know, people everywhere.
it's
I
funny
mean,
how looking at that you can see the open field area. There is nobody, and they're all just pushing on the same lanes. Look, like down the road
yeah.
and in the forest.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3, kind of 4 and 5.
So that's sort of D5, D6, E5, E6, and 7 as well. It's just nobody. Because it's just dead.
Frachi's left his command center.
No. Well,
See, this is why, if anyone's complaining about why we focus on tanks
what this
on
is
foot,
this is
because
engaging gameplay.
this is like the most successful any infantry player has been on this map so far. So here's infantry gameplay. I'm just gonna go quiet for a second and let everybody
Yeah.
ruminate.
Wake me up when it's over. It's like a horror game. Oh,
What the hell is he hitting? Oh, there he got him. Oh, yeah, you stood up.
You idiot.
Big mistake.
What? Never stand up when you're infantry. Rule 1. You crawl around on your belly like the rats that you are.
I mean, he was doing it perfectly, and then
Yeah.
he stood up.
Okay, here we go. Back to the good stuff. Although I am interested to see K's are back on MG now that they've sort of regained control.
Uh-oh.
You just know the driver is not happy right now.
Uh-oh. What in the world?
Yeah. And now they're cursing. I thought you could drive through this tree. No, you can't. Da-da-da-da-da. Who is it? So we know to put on blast. Oh, it's blue. Okay, so he's probably cursing at himself. Oh. They've got no infantry here, though. Have they got a garrison there? Yeah, okay, fine.
There's infantry here. They're just all on the death screen.
Yeah. What's the arty scores looking like?
I'm not even sure who's on Artie. Oh, it is Keizo.
Oh, oh, you got a CU there in the back line. Oh.
He's alive.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Keizo's at 1017.
Okay.
1,000, so probably like 150 kills, maybe?
Yeah.
I'd say. Let's see.
I feel like it's going to be the CU guy is going to be enjoying
Halloween.
life. Well, at least it's easy to find on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure. I want to make sure it wasn't just a random guy hanging out back there. Halloween's at 1275, so he's probably at 170, 180, pushing 200.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty good CE score, but he could also just dismantle one set of nodes and have the same. So
it's possible.
Dismantle, not destroy.
Although dismantling nodes is illegal, so that would be subject to the investigation of Orga to watch
True.
the Artie player's VOD to make sure he wasn't driving across the map to dismantle nodes.
Could be the new method.
I think one of the things that CU's done a great job with the entire game is just flexing people in and out of mid. I mean,
100%.
you see how light they are right now. It's like an MG and 2 squad leaders. But
Yep.
we've seen a lot more when it's called for.
Yep, and I think that's one of the things that the these top teams, you know, Division A and B, do really well is flopping the infantry around as needed. And I think that's one of the things that makes a big difference is knowing when to overload, when to hold, when to go light in an area, but also the balancing of attack and defense. In this point, obviously, listen, CU are just defending.
Ooh, this
But
is a tiger all the way up here. This might be the most aggressive position we've seen a tiger in.
Yeah. Oh, is he trying to? Because there is one over by Western.
Looks like there's a Stewart back there, and that's an AT gun. Is there a 76 over there?
There was. I must be dead.
Must be dead.
Must be dead. Yeah, they definitely had a heavy over there. Because I remember thinking, why is that there? This tank is a bit of a problem now for Omen because it's got a very good sight line, and I'm not sure they'll be able to deal with it from their current positions.
Yeah, very
They're probably
good
going to have to go
onto.
Yeah.
Oh, here's another airhead. Where are they going for now?
Like
right on the enemy.
They need to learn from this. You can't just throw airheads down and hope. I know it's no prep, but do you not think? Okay. Maybe he could drop an ammo crate like on the other side of the map, and it would distract all of the CU players, and they can spawn in.
Yeah, all 49 will look at the.
All 49.
Oh no, the bombing run. Okay, so the bombing run's gonna seal it.
I think he discovered this combo. Like, he played a pub game last night and was like, oh, guys, do you know you can drop a bombing run on top of your airhead, and then the airhead works every time?
So dropping it in the house, so that's why I didn't see it. Okay, so that's a neat spot.
This is the one that's going to work now and make us look like idiots, but...
It does seem to have made it safely.
Yeah.
The bombing run killed the closest people to it, and the strafing run even effective.
Ooh.
Could this be the blessed airhead? And Artie's landing on it.
There's the CU respawn.
They must know about it if Artie's landing here, unless that's Omen Artie defending it.
Oh, there we go. Okay, well, that's why we're tankers.
Like 10 guys spawned in that house.
But how many cells? 2?
2 survived.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
Bombing run misses the airhead.
Missed.
So the bombing run did go over a garrison mark. That doesn't look like there's a garrison here.
There's just that one OP.
Yeah, so they are spawning in force on this airhead.
I wonder if a tank could be shelling this compound as well. They definitely could.
Ooh, Panzer IV coming to plug the leak, so to speak.
Yeah. This is what we were just talking about flopping infantry and that response. Really, really good and really nice from CU.
Airhead is no more.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Last spawn wave.
But
there you go. Game over. But look at the bodies that have come. They had what, 3 people, 4 people here, and now they've just flopped half the team. So very nice, very disciplined.
I see you.
But look as well, the front has not moved. You know, there was no ground taken anywhere else by Omen when they saw that CU had responded that heavily.
They're even completely boxed out of West Bench
now. Yeah.
Which may not be a big deal, but it seems to be a priority for them. So. This Tiger is pretty vulnerable here, I'd say.
Yeah, it's a probably one of those ones that's quite difficult to see. And I wonder if Omen have a mark on it. I don't think they do. Or maybe they do. You would assume.
These tanks
to
can see each other because of the curve,
yeah,
because of hills.
yeah,
I don't mean to suggest that the Earth is curved. The Earth is obviously flat, so
of course.
just here there happens to be hills on this portion of the disk soaring through space.
Oh, you're a disc theorist, are you?
Yeah, the dome. You know, Antarctica is a wall of ice around,
Yeah,
keeping the oceans in, and
yeah.
gravity doesn't exist. The reason that objects fall towards the Earth at 9.8 meters per second is that the Earth is traveling upwards, obviously,
It's like it's like a
at
lift.
that exact speed.
Yeah. Well, I quite liked the theory I saw that it's all just like hexes and tiles placed together. So actually, if you go across Antarctica, you just go onto the next tile of the next world.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely possible. Likely, some would say.
Prove us wrong, chat. Prove us wrong.
"21 minutes left."
And what has changed? The commander is spawning Stuarts. They're getting desperate. Why are they spawning Stuarts? How many heavies do they have up?
They have 3.
Okay. Their armor advantage is completely reset because of that misplay, where they lost all 3 of their tanks. So
Got the tiger up here on small house. I don't know where the other ones are. They might have killed some of them because I don't. There's a P4 here. Ooh.
Oh, this one's getting hit. I saw them, they're shooting at him. Yeah, he's dead. Never mind. So you hit the wooden part of the you hit the barrel of the gun.
Wire, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean that spot is offers great views, but that house is very, very narrow cover.
Yeah. And the spread on the 2 heavies there is very good for women. So now
Let's
do something.
We need to do a collection or a check here of Axis tanks because okay, here's a tiger.
Yeah, so here's this guy. How much C have they got now? Let's have a look.
This is a different tank.
Oh, fine.
Salt of they're at 363.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who it was before. Before it was Triple D. They're at 665 now, so they've killed some things.
Probably like 2 garrisons.
So I think it might just be the one tiger.
So again,
probably one coming out of HQ.
there's a P4 there, which is doing actually a lot of damage there and needs to be killed by Omen. The 76th and the back there has moved up. One's been hit, so I wonder if they're just trying and getting hit by AT guns or what, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a similar situation.
There's a tiger coming up from left HQ.
Yeah, another tiger coming up. That's fine. There's 18 minutes left. Looks like Lord Jack's moving up. Like I said, it's easy for us to say, go ahead and chuck your tanks in there, but 18 minutes left, man. Like
it's a tanker mentality.
It might not get better than this. You might not get a better window than this in the 18 minutes. I mean, and I don't think it's just a tanker thing, but like you know, I've played enough matches to see what a recap looks like and how it can be done. You know, not on Foy, but on other maps. And it's like sometimes you know you'll sit around the whole game waiting for the perfect opportunity, and it never comes. And meanwhile, 3 good opportunities came, and you didn't ever try to go all in. And I think at some point you just have to. You just have to say like, we're going to use all of our assets, our bombing run, our airhead, our tanks. Like, you got to choose a
Yeah,
window or a time in the game, and you got to put all three of those together. And I
it's
think there
good
was,
enough.
and
It's
I
good
think there
enough.
was a window earlier in the game, and I think there's a
Yeah,
window right now that 17 minutes, honestly, 15 minutes left.
yeah.
You're running out of opportunities for it to get better.
I
I,
think there's a little bit of a danger, and we're guilty of it at Helios as well. As we wait, even when we have armor advantage, we wait so long that the armor advantage is lost, and then we go. And you're waiting almost for the infantry to have something. Well, on this map,
Foy is different.
the, the infantry are never going to have it. You have to drag the infantry up almost, I feel.
Yeah.
So they've done great controlling CU tanks, and they definitely outperformed the CU tanks. But they haven't turned the fact that they're killing tanks into a recap, or even a threat of a recap, which I think would be the bit that worried me if I was Omen debriefing this. As it stands,
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, on other maps the calculation is different because it's like the infantry have to be close enough that the tanks push them over the edge and get them in. I think Foy is different. This is my opinion. Foy is different in that the tanks can go first on Foy, and the tanks can drag the infantry along with them. And some might say that's how it has to be, but
yeah,
there is three tigers actually out here, I believe. There's one
that's
at
a,
West Bend. But the
that's
one
a
at West
P4.
Bend, is it? The P4's
No,
right
that's
here.
yeah, P4. There's a tiger there, tiger there. Is there? Oh, they've got the third tiger up now, have they? Yeah, fine, okay.
They might have had one in spawn and fuel for another.
Yeah,
Although one of them, something just got
yeah.
hit.
There's an AT gun down there as well. Look, by that PC 167 dude. There's a Rick. Something died. I'm assuming it was a Stuart.
I mean, even with the Tiger at West Bend, like, it's going to take him some time to get in position to counter any push at Southern Edge.
Yeah.
It's tough. I'm not gonna say that any of these calls are easy, but I'm gonna be a little disappointed as a viewer, and as someone that just wants to
Well,
see teams going for it. If we don't really
yeah,
see a full 100% effort like from Omen at any point in this game,
but it's
meaning all resources, bombing run,
yeah.
airhead.
They got two decrew tanks, but that tank just got killed by a bombing run.
I was shocked by what I saw, so I was looking. Is that
You
what
hate to see it.
happened? The
I
one
mean,
died to the bombing run, the other one just got decrewed.
they were repairing, I guess. That's unfortunate.
And the garrison's down. That's hilarious,
And
kind of, but in a
they've
sad
still got
way.
three up though. Look, unless they've abandoned one of them because it's out of ammo and someone's coming to pick it up, or I don't know
Yeah, I'm
what
not
their
sure what happened
logistics
with
setup
this
is.
one.
Because you got Yeet there. There's one down by Boys Jackies. Blue.
Yeah, I'm not
So maybe
sure.
they were swapping over or something. Don't know, out of ammo or.
Well, which one was the one with ammo? Because it would suck if they switched to that one and then immediately died to a bombing run. Oh boy, that would I would be.
Yeah, but I think it's one of those things where sometimes something just died again. Something exploded. I'm assuming that's not a tiger out in the open there on the right. On the right, yeah.
I don't see it.
Uh, oh no, off to the left now. Sort of north, directly north now. It was down here somewhere. Left of it.
Well, it wasn't one of the tigers. I can still see all the
No, it's that
tigers.
AT gun there that's dead in that field.
Oh, right here. Okay.
Yeah. Um, Yeah, the Tiger's still up then. There's a lot of
Yeah, we
AT
got
guns now.
one here, and
Yeah.
then one at West Bend.
And again, I feel like CU weren't clued up with AT guns when they had that, when there was that big armor swing for Omen. But again, it's just having the balls almost to go, I'm going, we're going, tanks are going.
Yeah.
Combine that with an airhead, it might not work, but at least you make a decision. What's the difference in losing your 3 tanks there on a failed push where you probably at the very least gain some ground compared to the misplay that we saw happen where they lost 3 anyway, where they were just sat back and just got picked off one at a time.
Yeah, and they could be saying, "Oh, we're gonna wait till, the end or whatever," but the end is not always the best time. I don't know. If you get
And
an
it's predictable.
advantage, if you get an advantage, like you got to press the advantage when you have it.
Yeah, I mean, you could well end up in a situation where CU see it coming and just drop an airhead for the 4th, or I don't know, whatever, when they all in. But an all in at the end is predictable.
Yeah, I mean, well, just even, not that Helios always does it well, but just going back to the Omen game we played last weekend that we talked about, right? That recap was with 8 or 10 minutes left, not exactly the last minute, but when the infantry push started to materialize into something, the tanks got really, really aggressive on the AA network. So
What happened actually was there was this really heroic tank crew. I would say they probably have the most handsome TC, and they pushed up and they killed the heavy with the medium, and then killed the P4 on the point. Then we recapped. But yeah, it was the point was we, as an armor division, basically went, we're going. And we went. And it worked. And sometimes making the call is the hardest thing.
yeah,
But now, listen, CU tanks are set up. They're like, listen, we got 10 minutes. We know if we die now, we might not have enough time to get the 3rd up.
it's actually 4 Tigers now.
Yeah, exactly. See, this is...
There's 3 here and then 1 at West Bend still. Well, the 1 at West Bend's taking hits from something.
just in the...
Ooh, what blew up over here now? Stewart.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the map real quick. I mean, look at how many 4 infantry OPs over at West Bend. So West Bend they have. If that's something that they've wanted, that is key to them. That's what they have right now. They have West Bend control.
But where do they go?
Yeah,
they have to go straight across the field, and they're just going to get shredded.
If they can
TC is trying to see what's going on.
Somehow kill this Tiger, that would be a big help.
Yeah. There you go. There's the garrison back up. Oh. Garrison's going to go back down again.
Twin's going to pick up his 10,000 points.
Yeah. They should have dismantled it, then he would have got 10,000. He only gets 5,000 for rockets. But look, they're being crossfired by Tiger. Something just died again. Shooting an AT gun off in the distance there.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't think that would be a...
Oh! Was that a Tiger?
Where?
Near Chiesa? Near Chiesa. Something just died. Forward, go forward.
I see all the Tigers. The Tigers haven't died.
Oh, there was something just exploded right next to Chiesa. There's a Tiger.
I don't see where
oh, is it an AT gun? Oh, it's an AT gun behind the Tiger. You remember they killed that Tiger behind the building?
Oh.
Where Chiesa is on the hardcap. MG.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So they built... I saw the explosion there and I saw the dead Tiger. Right, but yeah, they just built that AT gun and
they still have the 4. There's 1, 2, 3. This one's retreating 4.
Yeah. So again, they've now sort of wrapped around behind, but what are they going to do?
The Tigers are honestly in kind of what I would say is a bit of a strange position for this time of the game. I think it's good that they're helping on the flanks and everything, but I think for the ending, you got to make sure that they got a view of Southern Edge, because they got to be within range that if the worst should happen, you got to drive those puppies in there. And I think a lot of them are kind of far away. Looks like is that a heavy? It's a medium. So it looks like whatever they're going to do here, they're going to have to do with the 2 heavies and a medium.
Yeah. There's another decrewed heavy. Are they repairing?
This one's the same one.
Is that? Oh, that must be. So that must have been the one that was out of ammo, or it's stuck somehow. I don't know.
Yeah. So now they're trying to get from West Bend. You can see some of these OPs moving over to try to get cluster control, but that's not been successful yet.
It's very difficult. Very, very difficult. I mean, it is brutal because it's just crossing open fields. Here we go. Medium.
Going.
But look how much. This is the heaviest that Omen have been on front door. But see, you have already responded because it's predictable.
That medium shuttled 2 squad leaders up here too. Drachi and Nopo. So the medium went down, but I would argue probably did his job, especially if Nopo wins that gunfight, which he doesn't, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Did Drachi get an OP up? He did.
If they get one OP, it's now gone.
It's going to go down, I think.
Yeah, that's surely.
And the airhead, so... that was a good try. The medium kind of did its job. It got 2 squad leaders up there, but
again,
weren't able to cash in. And now the airhead's
the heavies
down.
The heavies, guys, you've got to look at yourself. It's all good sitting there farming Chinese tanks when Sear's not playing. Can't see the future, but you've got to do something with it, right? I sound like fucking Jimbo. My God, what's happened?
Airhead's already taken out.
Yeah.
What? By what, though? Well, it must
I
be
think...
rocketed by... It was, like, behind this house, though. Okay. So whatever just shot, that's probably what got it.
Yeah.
Looks like maybe some RD smoke coming down. Strafing one goes out of its way to miss everybody.
Another crap commander ability.
Here's a defensive airhead.
Defensive airhead, yeah. Completely, probably unnecessary at this point, but why not? Something just died on the right. That's some sort of vehicle. Yeah, down below you.
Oh, there was a Greyhound, I think.
Okay.
Right here.
Yeah, not anymore.
So here's...
It's like... that. I think that 76 is stuck.
Oh, this is the one we saw Blue drive into the trees. It is stuck.
Oh, Blue.
And then they try to precision it.
Doesn't look that stuck.
You could probably hit it with another tank and get it loose.
Yeah. Wow. It's okay. It looks like CU are finally going to take it out for
them. They found it, yeah.
There you go, Blue. The evidence of what you did.
There is another 76. Yeah, he's gone. The 76 in the west must have gone down.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
The last one is Blue here. Killed that tiger.
Yeah. This is it. Get that CE when the game's over. Oh, yeah.
Precision strike the dead tiger.
Yeah. I mean, I would be very surprised if this changed hands now, but I think it's been a very, very, very good disciplined performance from CU's infantry. Tanks had good moments as well, where they could suddenly see all of the Omen tanks and could land really good shots. But for most of the game, they were pretty pants, pretty passive. Omen tanks, I think, won the sort of tank battle, but it didn't help their Inf at all. And Omen Inf, I mean, it's a rough one for them. There's not much they can do, really.
Yeah,
They
and
probably
it's
should.
something to remember watching, any match from this tournament at any level in any of the groups too is, Omen didn't choose to play allies on Foy, right? And I'm
No.
guessing, like most teams, it's not something that they would probably choose to play if they had the choice. So part of
Yeah.
this tournament that everybody should remember, the players and the viewers, is that, look, I think, no disrespect to CU, who, like you said, played a good, disciplined game. They played the hand they were dealt, but they
Yeah.
probably won this match when the wheel spun and gave them access on Foy Night.
Yeah.
And that's not any discredit to them. They didn't do anything wrong, but it was a close enough game that probably if Omen has access, which is the better side, Omen probably wins this game 3-2.
Definitely. I will say, as you say, you don't want to discredit CU too much. This was a good performance. Their ability to flop their infantry around was really nice. They did a really good job with that, with
Yeah,
reacting to pressure as it came in. But I don't think there was ever much chance of
it's just
a
hard.
recap
It's a
from what
hard recap. Yeah.
they won the opener with the snipe on the meat grind truck, which seemed to have basically the entire team on it. And then Omen haven't been boxed out, but I don't think they've. I didn't see the point flicker even. So
No, I
but
don't think it really did after the cap.
no. But this is
But
what we're going to see this tournament,
yeah,
and I'm sure I'm going to rage out later when we draw Hill or something crap.
yeah. I mean, we're
But
gonna play later. Like, I just wanted to highlight that because I think every match, there's gonna be some teams that just, are gonna get good luck, and some that are gonna get bad luck. And at the end of the day, we're just playing matches for fun. So,
yeah,
Omen's gonna take a loss here. I don't think there's any shame in that, given what they were, put up against here. And I think they played it, about as well as they could have.
yeah,
There were things they could have done, as there always is, but they stuck with it, and they were trying till the end, and I mean that's all you can
yeah.
really do. It's Foy Allies is tough.
Let's have a look at the stats. Scroll through. I
Hopefully
think it's
people
always
stick
interesting
around.
to see.
I meant to, but I was talking. 5,000 XP.
Hell yeah, level 500. Nerd confirmed.
All right. Looks like all the Omen tanks. Well, they were all at the bottom. So they had an
Oof.
800. They had a
Yeah,
900.
he obviously disconnected.
CU
That's
had
the
a
way he got on.
1200.
Yeah,
Halloween was already with
15.
2,000.
Wow, 1500.
They had
That's
some big tanks. I mean, they were focusing infantry a lot more, and maybe that's what
yeah.
you
I mean,
know.
actually, we've got to remember the combat effectiveness has changed, right? So but it's slightly warped. But
Yeah,
also, I think quite a lot of that was at the end where Omen just sort of charged in.
yeah, that's true. That's fair.
So, but anyway,
Well,
GG's.
yeah, good games to both teams, and hey, I mean the wheels. Hopefully Omen gets better luck with the wheel spin next time and gets a good side, and well, hopefully if their next match is against us, they don't. But I just hope that the luck kind of evens out for all the teams. It's going to be unfortunate if a team kind of goes through playing, Foy allies, Hill Axis, and then like
Yeah,
SME Hospice allies, and it's like, all right, well, we played 3 games on shitty points, and now we're done. But it's all for fun anyway. So, they got a good match in here, 90 minutes on Foy, and it was a good match. I thought there were a lot of interesting things happened. Just was Omen came up a little short. Any final thoughts?
No, I think we sort of summarised it pretty nicely there. It's an interesting game with lots of good points and learning points for both teams, and hopefully they all had fun.
All right. Well, later today, there's going to be obviously Helios versus Second and D. That's going to be at 2 o'clock Eastern. MS is going to play Greyhounds at the same time. We're going to see Valkyrie and Valkyria KRT versus Baddies of the North. That's at 2:30. Phoenix Pathfinders at 3 Eastern. And that's it for the schedule of games today. So look out on Twitch or in the HCA Discord for those matches. And yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.